Hi, I am on a high mountain, and down there the black rock is Mount Sinai, and I'm on the highest point in Egypt, and it seems an entirely appropriate place to do this morning's reflection, which is Matthew 17, the Transfiguration. And I've been in the wilderness 5 days now, and thinking a lot about what it is about remote places that God chooses to reveal himself in. So in today's reading we have Jesus taking just 3 of his followers up a high mountain, away from the world, set apart. And here we are in Sinai, where God chose to speak probably the most influential 10 laws of humanity's existence in the middle of the wilderness, far away from fanfare, far away from civilization. So what is it about wild places that God chooses to reveal himself? And I guess that's a question for anyone watching this. For me, I think sometimes he just needs to strip away all the stuff that we control, all the ways we mould the world around us to suit our needs. He needs to strip that away to really reveal himself. And in today's reading is just the most amazing revelation. It's like tearing away the curtain of heaven for a moment and showing Jesus in his glory as the Son of God. And just a few days earlier, Peter had recognized that he was the Messiah, but this was something new again. This was another step in their journey. But why just the 3 of them? Why not, as he was tempted to do right at the beginning of his ministry, broadcast it to the world? I don't know. But for Peter, James and John, this would have been such an important step on their way. And God leads us along a path, doesn't he? He doesn't just give us the manual. He invites us to walk with him. And after he died and rose, because he told the disciples, don't tell anyone. But after that, this would have been such a precious testimony to the rest of Jesus' friends from these guys. And you know, there's lots said about Peter, but I'm with Peter. He wanted to preserve the moment, this incredible culmination of Jesus being fulfillment of the law and the prophets, and he wanted to preserve it. He wanted to build shelters, to keep in the moment, and I understand that. But actually God calls us to pilgrimage, and this was another part of that. And the problem with building something around it and keeping the moment is seen actually here in Sinai just now. So just down there, beyond the mountain in the valley, the Egyptian government is pursuing a project called the Greater Transfiguration Project, bringing together the great monotheistic faiths of Judaism, Christianity, Islam around Mount Sinai, building a load of hotels. There's even talk of a cable car up to the top of Mount Sinai. And they're seeking to bring commerce and politics and use the place of God for that. And that's the problem with building shelters and staying in the moment, that yeah, it's a great testimony and we all need those testimonies for our journey. But if it becomes a shrine, an idol, and you know, all of our stories can become shrines and idols if we're not careful, we lose actually God. And in this greater transfiguration, entirely missing is God meeting with Moses, speaking face to face as a friend, just as we have that relationship with Jesus. And if we're not careful, our shrines, our testimonies, our stories can become that. We can miss what God was speaking through them. So, my challenge to you, be in awe of Jesus and his transfiguration, his revelation of who he is. But it's just a step on the pilgrimage. Keep walking, keep following, talk, yes. Long for others to find that revelation, but don't stay there. Keep going. I'll see you all soon, I hope.